Dao. Most people in the West call it a broadsword, but the correct name is Dao. You'll notice that this characteristic shape of the handle drooping downwards and the blade turning upwards. This is only a blunt aluminium model, but you should get used to not touching the blade or running your fingers along the sharp edges, obviously. So this edge is used for blocking, this edge is used for cutting or chopping. You have two very basic methods of cutting or chopping, plus the blocking, and you also have spearing, where you spear like so using the tip of the blade. Unknown by most, you can also strike with that, and indeed in the form we do use that specific method. Slicing action, obviously a pulling back of the wrist in whichever way you are using it, and you can of course also cut forwards if necessary, like the jiang. Basic warm-up exercises. Standing in bear stance, Shufu, pretty much like the staff, pretty much like the gun. You use the wrist quite a lot, so you have to strengthen the wrist up. You notice they've got the same kind of movement going as well. To exaggerate, you just do that. You're not just using the arm alone, you're using the whole body. Okay? We work both sides. Of course, if you were in a sword fight, very much unlikely to happen these days, but you never know. You never know. Life has this habit of throwing strange experiences at you that you weren't expecting. Therefore, we always say, always expect the unexpected. Okay. Other exercises with the Dao. Obviously, we need to practice the movements. Again, like typical Taiji Chuan, most of the movements are driven by the feet. So you push from one foot to another. And this is called a slice. Now, in a combat form, you can use one hand to strengthen the other hand in a slice or a block. Okay? This gives that extra little bit of oomph, if you'd like to use a technical word, extra little bit of oomph behind it to make that movement more effective. You can also use that hand to stop the other hand. Otherwise, you don't want the sword coming right around behind you. You want to stop it at a reasonable distance. Let me show you that from the other side. Uncontrolled, to a degree. Controlled. So if I came around here to block, I can do a sudden cut the other way using this to launch. That's a slightly more advanced technique. You need to get used to the Dao before you practice such things. Okay. We have back scrape. And binding the head. Back scrape. Binding the head. Back scrape. And binding the head. Back scrape. The sword should be relaxed and you should almost feel it just lightly touching the back as it comes around this side to finish with a cut. So you might be blocking, back scrape, cut, or you might be blocking a blow that's coming from behind and then turn and cut. Binding the head, similar sort of thing. You have an attack coming from this way, say somebody trying to attack your left neck or shoulder, you can block using this part of the blade and come round and counter. I think that's probably enough for now. The stab works like that.